It's 3 in the morning, and the lights in my bedroom come on bright as day. I sit up instinctively in my bed to see my 10-year-old standing above me, her arms raised in a downward V, her mouth a ring of rage. She's screaming, "If I'm not sleeping, nobody's sleeping." I look to my husband, who's snoring through the chaos. I can see that she's in real distress, but this is not a new situation. This has been going on for 6 or 7 months now, where every night between the hours of midnight and 3 a.m., she wakes with night terrors or no night terrors to demand something of us. That we sleep in her bed, that she sleep in ours, that we tell stories, that we keep the lights on, that we play music. I have no new ideas. We've tried everything at this point. We've tried melatonin, weighted blankets. We've bought blackout shades, but also half a dozen nightlights. We've moved the diurnal guinea pig from its place in her bedroom into a closet so that it doesn't disturb her with its night sounds. We've made a nest at the foot of our bed out of pillows and blankets and sleeping bags, so in case she wants to creep in the middle of the night and not disturb anyone, she can do that, except that's not working either. And I'm thinking to myself, she's always been a little bit of a mystery. What do I do now? She'll remind me of the fact that she's a mystery later in high school. With a flip of her hair and a wink of her eye, she'll say, "I like to be a little mysterious." But back in that bedroom, I have no new ideas. I don't know how to solve this problem. To understand this story, you need to know 2 things about me as a mother and a person. The first is that I'm a perfectionist, and my unique brand of perfectionism is really about control, which means when I was a 3rd grader learning how to do cursive for the first time, I need to form and space my letters perfectly across the page, or I'd crumble it up and start again. Later, as a young mother who insisted on making her daughter's birthday cakes, I would work for hours perfecting the icing and the decorations to make sure that they looked like they'd been bought from a bakery. The second thing you need to know about me is that a 1.5 years into my happy marriage with my husband, we were told I didn't ovulate, that if and when we decided we wanted to have children, we should return for treatment. I was relieved. My body had bought me more time to decide if motherhood was part of my plan. I really believed that the time would arise where I would come to a point of certainty that I wanted to be a mother, and that when that time was right, I would know. What I didn't yet understand was that my uncertainty had more to do with my complicated relationship with fear and control than anything else. A year after that, my husband and I discovered that we were 13 weeks pregnant with my daughter. I hadn't yet chosen motherhood. I had landed in it. He was elated. I was unsure. And so I spiraled into this place of peripartum panic. What if I'm no good at motherhood? What if I can't protect it? What if it suffers? What if I should never have brought a baby into this world of capitalism, patriarchy, geopolitical uncertainty, climate change? And still, my baby arrived, all black Elvis hair and my husband's widow's peak. I loved her with a fierceness I could not have controlled nor anticipated. And she grew into a curious and interesting person. She was creative. She loved to read. But at 10 years old, she wasn't sleeping through the night. And I'm back in that bedroom thinking to myself, what have I done wrong here? How did we get here? And I realized I couldn't practice motherhood until it was perfect. I couldn't space the letters of her childhood perfectly across the page. I had to surrender the idea that if I had somehow chosen motherhood, I might be actually better at doing it. Now, I'm not entirely certain how my daughter learned to sleep again through the night, just that she did. And later that year, she came to us and she said, I want to go to sleepaway camp. She actually demanded it because she is a child who knows what she wants. And I thought, this is a terrible idea. You just figured out how to sleep through the night. Sleepaway camp's 2 hours away in New Hampshire. You don't know a soul there. You've never been. We've not seen the grounds. The length of time you can go for is 2 weeks. The only form of communication was letter writing, but I bit my tongue, and I held my breath, and I allowed her to lead the way, and I labeled all her swimsuits, and I packed her footlocker, tucked in with notes of my adoration, and I sent her off, and I waited, and when her letters arrived home, they were filled with stories of new friendships and hiking and swimming and love and no nightmares. My instincts about her going to camp had been wrong. And she loved camp. She went for several years, many, many years over. For all of the worrying and the thought I had put into my own mothering, for all of the control I had, that I thought I had over it, I realized what I really needed to do was recognize that just being there, showing up, being the constant in this great, majestic mystery that is motherhood, because truly that's what it is. It's a mystery that persists every day. And allow my daughters to show me that even though I'm not sure I'm doing it right, whether I'm any good at it at all, that love, fierce, indomitable love, is the resolution. Thank you.